students, scientists, and other agri professionals to share their latest agri innovations. This is one of the widely circulated magazine among farmers, professionals, and academicians in 28 states of India and 63 countries globally. Now talking about the Agro-Environmental Education and Farmers Welfare Society aims at enhancing livelihood opportunities for more than 1 million farm households in the country. These two are the amongst the country's largest network of agriculture and allied sector professionals. Coming to the session now, I would take the privilege to bring your attention to this and warmly welcome our chief guest and speaker of the session, Professor Thakur Vinod Kumar Singh, who is PhD from IARI, New Delhi. He has undergone specialized training in insecticide resistance from the University of Florida, USA. Sir has served in various capacities as Senior Professor, Vice Principal, Principal, Associate Director of Research, Dean of Agriculture, Director of Extension, and Controller at Acharya N.G. Ranga Agriculture University, and Professor Jayashankar, Telangana State Agriculture University as well. He has been a Fellow of Royal Society of Entomology, London, Fellow of the Entomological Society of India, Plant Protection Association of India, and the Indian Society of Oilseed Research Station. Sir is an experienced professor with a demonstrated history of working in higher education also. Sir is skilled in strategic planning in graduate, master, and doctoral academic programs and research on insect ecology, insect toxicology, population dynamics, economic entomology, and eco-friendly insect pest management studies. Sir has participated in different conferences, workshops, seminars in different capacities. Sir has guided 15 MSc and 5 PhD for their research projects as chairman and more than 30 masters and doctoral students as their members. Professor Singh served on several national level monitoring committees, reviewing research programs and state level polytechniques. He is a prolific writer, authored more than 155 research papers, 13 books, 4 chapters in books, 2 books edited, and given 20 keynote addresses or lead speaker presentations, besides participating in 35 symposia or seminars. Sir has the distinction to work as the first ICAR scientist at PGTSAU, awarded with the first Dr. Y. Ramachandra Rao Memorial Award for commendable contribution to the ecological and ethological research. Sir has received Mr. George Bush, President of the USA, and explained the plant protection research activities of the state during his visit to India in 2006. Sir has acted as coordinator from Acharya N.G. Ranga University, Agriculture University, and INTAG course for Cornell University, USA also. Presently, Sir is engaged as Chief Content Reviewer for the Plantex app, an Android application that uses artificial intelligence developed by PEAT GmbH, a Berlin-based company. The app detects pests and diseases by processing images taken by a smartphone from the farmer's field, apart from visiting professor at MNR University also. I welcome you, sir. We are grateful to have you here, sir. We are thankful to have an eminent personality like you, sir, today. So without any further delay, I request you, sir, to join the podium and address us. Thank you, sir. Over to you.
Yeah. I am trying to share.
Please, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Give me a minute time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm trying to share. Just a minute. Live on YouTube. Oh my God.
Hello, sir. Is it fine at your side, sir? Sir, please unmute yourself, sir.
I'm trying to share.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Share screen. Is it visible screen?
No, sir. No, sir. Please share it once again, sir. Actually, you were not host, sir. Actually, we did not give an access. I think now it's given, sir. So please try once again, sir.
You can see it now.
No, sir. It did not come yet, sir.
Now just help me here. I have opened on my screen desktop.
Okay, sir.
Desktop. Then,
sir, in the bottom side, in the this meeting, you can see this share screen. From there, you just start and
share screen. I have to go to what you call share screen and mobile application here. Can you see it now?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
I have to open it. Okay, fine. Am I?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible, sir. So please keep it in slideshow mode, sir. In the right bottom corner, you can click that slideshow option.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. Is it now? Fine.
Yeah, it's perfect, sir. Perfect, sir.
Thank you very much, and sorry for inconvenience spoken about me. Thank you very much. And you introduced me as what to call that I'm working with Icar for an app called that Plantix app. I'll deal about the Plantix app at much later. But what I will do is, as you all know, as you all see the screen, my topic of today is mobile application in plant protection. And I'm going to talk about for the next 40 minutes about this particular aspect only. They all say that India is an agrarian country, and in our country, India's population is obese. You all have seen and experienced what they call the corona pandemic for 2 years. And of course, we are also hearing the news that now China is experiencing the 4th, 5th wave of corona. We will not talk about it, but even in the pandemic period of 2021, also, all the sectors in our country have failed, miserably failed population also. When we talk about the crops and all other things in the field, as an agricultural, we all know that in agriculture, crops, the farmer face very important thing, that is what they call the insect pest. And this insect pest, or when you call it as a pest and diseases, they cause colossal damage, which may be around what you call, sometime it will be 20%, and it may go even up to 40, 50, 60%, or 100% even when out. For a very common pest which is coming across day to day, it will be not a problem for him. But when he come across some new pest and all other things, it will be very, very difficult. Identifying an insect pest is a very crucial for what you call minimizing the crop losses. Let it be a crop loss of a short term or for a long term, but crop loss can be avoided if a farmer can identify, or if a grower can identify the pest and take crucial measures. So for identifying, one needs what they call the early detection of the pest. I just want to tell to my audience that when I'm referring to that pest, means it can be an insect pest, it can be what they call diseases, it can be nematode, or it can be what they call viral disease and all per se also. So pest. So pest, we refer it to all the when any damage is done to the crop in the field or in the horticultural crops, farmer approaches what they call extension officials or KVK scientists or DART officials, or what they call agricultural officials and scientists. And for him, what is very important is timely access to the information to decide what has to be done is very, very important. Now, in the past, we have seen when he goes to an agricultural officer or when he goes to a scientist, there will be many ifs and buts will be there, and sometimes he will be getting the answer, or sometimes he will not getting the answer. And our government of India or the state universities, most of the Asia universities, what they are doing is, in the past they were going to the, or they were giving the messages or giving the information to the farmers in various ways by giving what you call the radio news or TV programs, SMSs, videos, news, and what you call articles and all other things were coming up. But that will not serve the purpose, and that will not go to what you call, or that will not reach all the farmers also. Now, as you all know that this is a world of computers. This is world of what you call 3G, 4G, and 5G is also coming very soon in our country. And mobile phones has what you call taken up our life. It has occupied every sphere of our life. In every sphere of our life since morning. In the morning, if you want to get up in the early morning at 4 o'clock, we used to have what you call alarm watch. But now we don't have a mobile. You have everything in the mobile, and mobile phones are reaching everywhere now also. When we say mobile phones are reaching everywhere, mobile phones are reaching what you call the farmers also. Now, you all know very well that when we say that when we want to find anything, we go to the Google. They say that Google auntie and Google uncle. And when you just before writing anything or typing anything, it must have read your heart and soul, and it will type what do you want, and everything will come on also. Farmers will find everything. Of course, I'm not talking about Farmville, because Farmville is what you call video game, and everything is available on Google, please. And these mobiles are helpful for what you call the farmers to work and get good yields also. Agriculture is not a new phenomena. It's slowly and slowly developing, and it is now gaining a lot of importance also, please. In the coming days, the mobile application, smart agriculture, artificial intelligence is going to play a very important role in the coming days also, please. You all are very well aware of that. We always heard about artificial intelligence. You talk to anybody, software, hardware, BTech students and all others, they talk about artificial intelligence. In fact, artificial intelligence was defined as early as in 1956. When they say that it is the science and engineering of making intelligent machines by John McCarthy. Artificial intelligence is based on the principle that human intelligence can be easily defined in a way that machine can easily mimic it and execute tasks. It means the machine here per se, computer or a tab or a mobile, anything, whatever you take into consideration, it will be executing the task, whatever we say about it also. We'll not go into the personal details. Artificial intelligence in agriculture slowly has what you call crept into all the fields. Now, artificial intelligence is the mainstream of research in software engineering. Some 20-25 years, what you call computer science, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electronic engineering was the buzzwords. Now, you ask any engineering graduate or a BTech graduate, he said that I'm working in software engineering, I'm working in artificial intelligence and all of things. It is now what you call this science or engineering subject of what you call the present days. Now, the artificial intelligence is spreading very fast because it can be adaptable very well. It has a speedy performance and it has a precision also. Now, artificial intelligence helps farmers to use their farming skills, and it helps the farmers to in irrigation, crop harvesting, soil analysis, diagnosis of pests, and all other things. I'm going to talk about all these things, how it will be helpful in the diagnosis and also part. And based on this artificial intelligence, the basic principle or basic core involved is what we call the machine learning. And after machine learning, we what we call the CNN, convolutional neural network, plays very important role. Now, coming to the next thing, in artificial intelligence, I'll not deal about this subject. This is something to do with the software, what we call the computer language, but you can, the artificial intelligence can play an Internet of Things, image-based insight generation, disease detection, expert system, robotics are coming, drones are coming up, and I heard that they are going to have a full session tomorrow on drones also. So many things where artificial intelligence can play an important role also, please. You see, all my audience friends, I just want to tell you that there are various smartphone applications which are available in India. I have in the 3 slides of mine, this which you are going it, you will see that you will feel that it is the name of, you have the what to call the application, which organization has developed it, in which year it has developed it, and what are the languages which are available, and the download link has been given, and to whom it is available. There are various what to call applications, smart mobile applications were developed in our country since 2015, and if you see, it has been flooded with the market, where they say that they can do anything, and they can diagnose, they can say any other thing. So there are various what to call crop doctor is there, rice expert is there, farm calculators is there, Pashu Poshan is there, whatnot, various things. Sholapur Anar, Ujavan, crop insurance, Pusa and Krishi Kisan, various applications are available, please. The data which I have presented here is based for what to call 2015 to 2020 only, please. That is very important. A point to be noted here. When we are talking about smartphone applications which are available to the Indian farmers, there are around 25 or 30 now, or 35 maybe smartphone mobile applications. I'll call them in short as an apps which are available. Now, what they provide to the farmers, the first thing is they will provide information is on the weather forecast. Of course, a normal mobile or a normal smartphone will also provide what you call the information about the weather, but it will give the information about weather as well as it will give information about the cloud formation also. Most of the farmers, by using their indigenous knowledge, they say that these clouds are they are going to give good rains, or what the things also they will tell also. Another job which apps does is the crop pest and disease diagnosis. Now we have wonderful what to call apps which are called as a rice expert and crop doctor. They will help the farmers in diagnosing the what to call the insect pests or diseases in the field also. In certain apps are there which provide the information about the success stories of the farmers who are successful. Who are the successful entrepreneurs. They will tell about the latest innovation information is also available. We get in some apps provide the facility about what they call the interaction facility with the experts also. One can talk to an expert and get the what to call his problem or his issues solved also. And another thing which is now gaining a lot of importance is that online hiring, buying and selling platform, especially farms application is doing this job. And this application warrants what they call clarity and improvement in buying products. That is very important, please. Now, coming to the main topic of mine, that is the mobile application for crop pest and disease diagnosis. I want to tell little part about what they call, because most of us are from agricultural background or agricultural engineering background. Little of this software knowledge, I just want to tell you that how a mobile app is developed for what we call diagnosis pests. I'll not go into the much of the details part of it because it will take another long time, because time is too short for me. Now, what will be done is that first images will be picturized. Most of the field disease diagnosis, 6 symptoms, weeds, they'll be taking nutrient deficiencies, and they'll be sending it to one platform also, please. Once these all images come to a place, suppose I am developing a mobile, I am talking about that also, please. So once that images comes to me, all those images, what I will do is I'll categorize them. For example, I want to show it as a paddy crop. I'll put it as a paddy blast, where I'll be having some 1,000 of images, and I'll build up a library of what to call such images. If you go to a library, our what to call virtual our libraries nowadays, you'll find a lot of books which are cataloged as history books, literature books, entomology books, pathology books. In the similar way, all these images will be categorized and will be put it in as we call it as an image library. After this image library is formed, in our hands, what we'll do, we'll start with what we call the processing of the images. We'll process, and this processing is done. And in this processing, the person who is involved is that what he will be doing is he'll be measuring the affected area of the insect pest damage, or the symptom, or the sickness, or the disease, and he'll be giving some color allotment will be done. And after that, these all images that will be fed to the machine. It is called as this process is called as a machine learning. After the machine learning is done, there is another step which is called as a deep learning. In the deep learning, we go for what to call all the images which have been fed to the machine. It will be again further process. It is called as a deep learning. And after deep learning, we have called a software that is called as a CNN. CNN, what it will do is it's a art of what to call image recognition, and that all that program will be written. And after that, the expert system will be developed. This is the what to call the basis of the principle or the core of what to call the detection part when we call it in the machine apps also. Now, there are various apps which are available in our country and abroad also. We are talking about our India, and I already said that there are 25 or 35, but I'm going to deal in today's lecture, just my presentation will be exclusively only on those apps which will tell about what to call the plant protection, that is per se, insect diseases, nutrients, and weeds also. That only I'll be dealing. I'll be not dealing other because time is too short. And please remember, all the friends, please, 2 points which are very important in these apps. One is what they call real time, and another one is what they call it's an offline system. I'll be explaining about real time terms and what to call the online when I'll be dealing about this what to call things also. The first app which I'm going to talk about is the Krishi Video Advice mobile app. It has been developed by an institute called as a Manage in Hyderabad. You all will be knowing that Hyderabad is the Mecca of agricultural universities and agricultural institutions. Here, what they will be doing, this app provides what they call the advisory services in agriculture as well as in allied sectors. Now here, a farmer can capture an image, and after capturing the image, he has to submit it to the what to call into this app. You can provide this, all details are there in the mobile farmer name. I'll be not going into this what to call this aspects. The farmer has to take the image and has to upload it. This image which he has uploaded, it will go to a Kisan call center, and after the Kisan call center, now this is what to call offline piece. Offline means you are sending an image, and after sending an image, that image will be viewed or examined by an expert who is sitting in the Kisan call center. And after observing that, he'll find it out and will be replying it back to the farmer. A farmer, he can use this, he will be receiving that SMS. So it is not a real time. It is a offline. You are sending an image and the reply is coming after 5 minutes, or it will come after 10 minutes, or it may come after 24 hours also. So it is offline, and that advice will come, and you can seek the advice also. You can clarify your doubts, and all other things can be done also. There is another app which is called as Rice Expert. It is developed by ICAR Institute, that is NRRI, from the Cuttack. And here it is available in only 2 languages, that is English and Oriya. Here it is a real-time diagnosis. In the previous what to call videos app, I have said that it is an offline, and I'm using the word real-time. When I'm telling the real-time means, in the real-time means you take an image, upload it, and immediately the answer will come. It will not take much time. That is what is called as a real-time. Now, as we but unfortunately, this app is available only in 2 languages, that is in case of English and Oriya, and it will be not able to or cater to the need of other states. Of course, if a farmer knows about English very well and good, but if a farmer knows only Telugu or Tamil or Kannada or Marathi, it will be not much useful also. But it is a good app. It provides what to call information about rice varieties. It provides information about diseases, pests, nematodes, nutrient deficiencies, and all also. Now, it's so app that the answer that is a wonderful part, but it is only available in only Oriya and English. Another app which is now developed is called as a Mana Verusenga app. Verusenga in Telugu refers to groundnut also, please. This app is offline. And another problem is that once you download it, you have to register by sending an SMS. Until unless you have registered yourself with this organization or with this app, you will be not getting any answer for it. Absolutely no answer will be given to you, and it is offline. It is only in the Telugu. That is a problem. But if you register yourself, and if you are a groundnut farmer, you'll get complete every information about the groundnut. But it is offline. You send the information, and the reply will come at its own time. So it's an offline app also. Next app is about Castor. This Castor app is developed by Indian Institute of Oil Research, and it also provides information about all about crop. This is a crop specific, please. This is a Castor crop. The previous app was meant for only what you call the groundnut, and the rice expert was only for the rice. Just look at it. Now you are seeing it, what you call offline, real time, and crop based mobiles. So you are now knowing about different apps which are available. Now this is Sholapur Anar. You'll be knowing that Sholapur and Anar and Sholapur and Vidarbha area is famous for Anar. And this app has been developed for what you call Anar. So this is a crop specific, and it will educate the pomegranate farmers. It will tell everything about the Anar crop, pomegranate crop. But this is available only in English, Hindi, and Marathi. Only 3 languages, please. So it will not cater to the need of a farmer who is a what you call Kannadiga farmer or a Telugu farmer who also grows and who knows only the local language and not well versed. It will be a problem also, please. But it is a good app to get information about Anar, and Anar only, please. This is about sugarcane. This sugarcane advisor has its own uniqueness also, please. This app has two parts. One is called as a scheduler part, another one is called as a query handle part. Scheduler app, what it does is you have to send your question, and that question will be for you only, please. You may ask how much nitrogen I have to apply to sugarcane crop. So that answer will come to you. Another, if Preeti has asked about how much potash I have to apply to sugarcane crop, the answer will come to Preeti only about potash application in sugarcane crop. That is very important. So this scheduler also, please. And scheduler is also good in one sense that you can register yourself, give the time of what you call date of planting, and your SMS will keep on flowing like what you have to do at 30 days, 40 days, what you have to do. All those things will come all about crop advisories will be coming also. Please. Next is a query handler. Query handler is also not a real handler also, please. In the query handler, you have to register yourself, and after registering, you have to send your SMS, and after SMS, the message will come to you through SMS also. So this is also not a real time. It is a crop based also, and it is only available in English, Hindi, and Tamil also. Crop based, not real time, but you get in scheduler, means you get crop advisories, and it has only in the 3 languages also, please. Now that is another thing. Tamil Nadu Agriculture University has also developed a sugarcane expert system, which also deals about what you call all the crops, sugarcane only, please. Next is paddy expert system. This is developed by Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, and it answers all the things about what you call the Tamil Nadu, all the crops, all the aspects of paddy also, please. You talk about anything, farm implements, post-harvest technology, machinery, all the schemes pertaining to the paddy or rice, you'll get answers on this. But this is also not a real time also, please. Next is about coconut crop. Coconut, this is also developed by Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, and you get answers pertaining to what you call the coconut only, please. This is also not a real time. Now you have another app that is called as a Vadhavani Cotton S. This Vadhavani is Maharashtra based, but it is working in various states, and it mostly is helpful in what you call diagnosing the problems concerned with pink bollworm and American bollworm also. And it works in what you call 9 languages, and it is a good what you call app connected with the things also. This is another app which has been developed by a graduate who is not even a science has developed this app as a startup, and it is available only in what you call the Telugu only place. Now, and it is considered as one of the topmost 10 startups with Telangana government also please. Now I have come to a app which I'm going to talk about it, with which I'm associated since last 5 years also. That is called as a Plantix app also please. This Plantix app, till now I have given you the information about those apps which are helpful in plant protection in our country also please. And most of them are what to call the crop based, or they are what to call the local vernacular language are available, and most of them are not real time also. Look at this app is based on a philosophy that if you can spot it, then Plantix can do it also. If you can look at it, yes. Shakespeare at one place says that beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. In the similar way, if you can spot anything also, the Plantix scanning and deep neural networks, which I have just briefly told you about in one of my previous slides also, please. Plantix is an app which has been developed by what you call the Pete Gambit company, Germany. It is a company of what you call, it has been started by 7 young enthusiastic German boys and girls, and it helps in what they call disease diagnostics and monitoring. Disease means here insects also they can diagnose. It is used worldwide. It is used worldwide, and this covers not one crop or 2 crops or 3 crops. It covers 30 major crops and detects more than 400 plant damages. 400 plant damages, 30 crops, and just you can take a photo of crop, and I'll be explaining you how it does also. It is available in 18 languages, and it has been downloaded 10 million times, please. So you can understand how many users are there in our country. This is 18 languages. For information, there it is available in various foreign languages, as Arabic, French, Spanish, and whatnot also, please. 18 here and 18 foreign languages also, please. Here, I'll not go into this part, but you please understand one important point about this Plantix app is that it covers 30 major crops, detects more than 400 plant damages, and it is available in 18 languages of our country also. And this company is in the process of developing all our official languages also. What one has to do, please? What one has to do is go into the Play Store, and after going into the Play Store, just type Plantix. And once this Plantix is there, this Plantix app is installed. As we install what we call Swiggies and all other things, it has been installed. After install, you open the Plantix app, and after you accept it, what you call the terms of use and private policy, you have to use it. And you can select the language also. I'm explaining it because it will be helpful to those people who are not well aware about this app, or you can explain it to the others in the future also, please. To me, I consider that this Plantix app is a Chalta Firta agricultural encyclopedia in our hand also, please. Now, another thing about this is Plantix diagnosis means it will not send you the answer after 1 day or after 10 minutes. You take a photo, and by the time you close your eyes and open it, you have the answer, ready-made answer in your hand. In your books also, in your bulletins also, all these will be available, but you have to open it, you have to scroll it. It will take some time. In the Google also, you have to search for that. But here in case of Plantix app, take an image and upload it, and immediately the answer will come. It will not only tell you about what to call the 120 30 crops and more than 400 diseases. Sorry, it has to be corrected, not 120, but 400. It will tell you about the weather information system. It will tell you about various things. How this Plantix was developed it has entered, which I'm working, and I'm working as what to call the content reviewer of this Plantix app also. And it has been very well demonstrated in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, Punjab and Madhya Pradesh. Now the whole Plantics team is sitting in what they call Indore and Madhya Pradesh, and they're doing this job. Now let us not go in this. You can set up a crop doctor. I'll just explain, and you can select the crops. You can select 8 crops of your choice. Once you are selected, it doesn't mean that you can shift. You can select apple today, tomorrow you can select chili, or you can select set of 8 crops, and after some time you can remove all those crops. And once you this all explains how to do it. Allow Plantics to use your camera and scroll down and select the crops you're growing into your field. Next thing what you have to do is, it will tell you about various things. If you look at it, this is the home screen of what they call the Plantics app. You have the crops, you have fertilizer calculation, damage, weather information, pest and diseases, and guide and all other things. And I'm going to explain little about it also, please. Here, open the Plantics app. Here it says the take a picture. Once you take a picture, upload it. Once you upload it, you get instant detection of damage, including treatments and option to purchase those products. Purchase those products means the label claim pesticides, which are recommended by the government of India. Those insecticides or those pesticides have to be only used, and other pesticides, if you use, the product may be if you send it as an export, it may be rejected also. So label claim pesticide. So you are getting the answer instantly by using this Plantics app. That is very important part of it also. Now you can order the product also in this area. If you put on the GPS system after taking the image, and if it is within the 10 to 15 kilometers area, as the bird flies, you will get the the addresses of pesticide dealers. They will not provide you the address of one pesticide dealer. They will provide the address of 5 to 10 pesticide dealers with whom these products are available. For example, fall armyworm in maize. It has identified, the Plantics app has identified it as a fall armyworm damage in maize, and they said that you have to apply Coragen. So they will give you the address of the the pesticide dealers nearby your area where that Coragen is available, and they will tell you they will provide you the mobile numbers also. That is very important. Now next part is that this is about the real time. In the Plantics you have you have pest and disease library also. All these diseases, 700 diseases, nutrient deficiencies, all information is available, and their recommendations are also available. And these recommendations are by research institutions and by universities, which are backed by that also. Now, next is about you have the safe disease management. In this control strategy, they will not only give the chemical control, but they will give you about the organic control, organic chemicals. And I don't want to use the word organic chemical. I say organic control. They say about bioagents which can be used, and they will tell you the chemical recommendations. And they will also tell you about how to use it also. How to use it, and they will tell you how much quantity is required. If you provide the information, that will be also. About the safety recommendations. See, all as an agriculture people, we know that there are certain safety precautions have to be taken. That diamond shape, green, yellow, and skull, and that also will be provided about that also. Now, if you want, you are not satisfied. You want more and more. That is, human ingenuity wants more and more. When you want to know, you can pose a question go to the community, and in the community you pose a question. The reply will come to you. What has to be done? That is the thing also. Then the crop advisory. In this crop advisory, you can get what varieties you can select for your area, how to plant it, site selection. It means crop production aspects are also given in this also. Not only in the pest detection, but crop production aspect is also given. Then it will tell about the fertilizer calculation. It will tell about, you click the cultivation tips button. Then by every stage, what you can do, everything will be done. If you provide the sowing date, they will get you will get the customized tips also that other apps are also doing it also. Fertilizer calculation can be also done. If you say, I have 1 acre of land and I have the maize crop, how much NPK I have to apply. If you put it, it will calculate and it will give you how much it will be there also. Next is what you call about the weather. Not only the weather, whether 26 degrees minimum RH humidity, everything will come, but it will also provide hint what has to be done. Say today it is going to drizzle, don't take up spraying. When he opens that weather forecast also, that is the app beauty also. Then we have another thing that is also called as the Dukan. I'll not go into the Dukan because we are not business people. Neither we are going into what you call farmer producing organizations. Farmer producing organizations also, it will be helpful where they can buy with them and be helpful also. If you look at it, all the aspects which I have dealt upon about in the plantics, it will cover recognition, get the instant, get management of, get preventive measures, online community, you can ask experts, you get crop advisory, you can try things, you get all these things are available, please. Now, this plantics, and I'm in this group only. The whole app was
Excuse me, sir. So please unmute yourself, sir. So please unmute yourself, sir. Hello, sir.
Am I?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm
audible, sir. Audible.
This app was explained to. No, am I audible, please?
Yes, sir.
I'm
yes,
audible.
Sir.
This app was explained to Narendra Modi ji, and he has spent 10 minutes. We are happy about it also. And one thing which is very thing is not only getting you the answer, it has started monitoring the pest also, real-time monitoring also, because the field staff is spread all over the length and breadth of the country. And one pest which was introduced in our country 2020 and caused not 2020, it has come into 18-19 fall armyworm in maize crop. It's doing real-time monitoring of this pest also. You can understand the importance of this app also, please. Now, having explained about various apps and other things about the Plantics app, there are certain problems associated with what you call the smartphone, mobile, which are available. Most of the apps are available in the regional language, and that's the problem. And most of the apps only talks about the minor crops, but they will not talk about the other crops. That's a very things also. And there is a poor graphical user interface. Most of the apps are in only what you call the Word document without the images. If the image is there, the person who is looking at it, he will enjoy it also, please. And updates are not done. That is a problem. And another problem which is very important is the slow functionality. If you have an internet problem, then it goes all the problem also with that. Now, to conclude, the mobile technology is transforming information technology in our country. Apps are increasing, and a lot of benefit our farmers are getting it, and hope that the farmers will be ushering into a new digital agricultural revolution also, please. Now I was just talking about the Plantix. Plantix has been well reviewed in all these what you call Hindu, Forbes India, even in the Michigan Institute of Technology, CABI, ICRISAT, Government of Andhra Pradesh, CIMIT, many other organizations it has been done. And I have many references I have used to prepare this PowerPoint, but two references I have quoted here. And I think I have taken one minute extra. I was allotted 4:45 and now the time is 4:46. And any questions? If the time do not allow, please take down my mail ID. You can write it. I'll be replying it. Of course, now it's not a real time answering. I'll take up real time answering also. If it is not real time, offline also you can send it. I'll send you the back. You'll get the reply. And finally, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such a wonderful and insightful session. Thank you for elaborating on the use of these applications and their working process very enthusiastically. I must congratulate, sir, and appreciate you and your team, sir, for Plantix application. Definitely, it has been designed very systematically, and of course, it seems like an encyclopedia, sir. So we would like to have your presentation also. So some of our participants were asking. And with your permission, sir, one more.
You can share it also, please. Share it.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Science should go. It is not my baby.
Yes, sir.
I have prepared this PowerPoint. It has to go, please. It has to reach everybody.
Yes, sir. So, sir, with your permission, I will ask one or two important questions, sir. Other questions we will definitely will ask through mail, sir. So, one or two questions shall we take, sir?
Please, please.
Yeah, sir. So, I'm reading two questions. Real time, sir. Yes, sir. So, one question I'm reading from chat box, sir. So, the question is, most of the farmers are illiterate, and how you will convey these things to them, sir?
See, the answer is, my answer is that now in our country, I don't think anyone is illiterate. You just explain them. A farmer is using for many things. He's using for it WhatsApp. He's using it for banking purpose and all other such things. When he's using it, he can use it. Just teach him. If one knows in a village, he can tell it to other farmers also. You have farmer clubs, you have what you call experts group, you have so many things. One thing is, what is required is, if you want to reach and if farmer has to utilize, we have to explain that please download it and tell it. We have demonstrated Sundargarh district. I myself have demonstrated where tribal farmers, if you go to that area, you'll be surprised that they'll be only using one small line cloth. Men, they have started using this app for their paddy crop. Only the thing is, you tell them, teach them.
Yes, sir. So another question is, are the
who thought that every who thought that mobile, excuse me,
sir, your voice was actually a little breaking, so shall I repeat the question, sir?
Please. Hello, sir. Repeat it.
Yeah, sir. So the question is, are the registration of these applications either free or fee-based, sir? The application of these, registration of these applications are free or fee-based, sir? We have to pay something, or the registration
registration means to downloading it, it is free. Registration means you want to download. Some ask for registration, SMS registration, but most of the apps you can download it and you can use it also. Okay? Am I? Got the answer?
Yes, sir.
Got the answer? Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, thank you so much. Maybe some few more questions we will definitely deal with through mail, sir. So with this, I would like to end up the session, sir. Thank you so much on the behalf of Team Just Agriculture and our participants.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So, dear participants, this was the here comes the end of this session. Now, for the next session, we have with us Dr. Sridevi Valamannavar, who is currently working as Managed Fellow in Agriculture Extension in the Center for Monitoring and Evaluation in Manage. She holds a PhD in Agricultural Extension Education from Assam Agricultural University, Johor, Assam. She was a department topper during her MSc in Pali Shiksha Bhavan, Vishwa Bharati in West Bengal, and received University Merit Scholarship during her study period. Prior to joining Manage, she worked as Assistant Professor of Agricultural Extension and Communication Management at M.S. Swaminathan School of Agriculture, Centurion University of Technology and Management, Odisha, involving in teaching and research activities. She has 4 years of experience in teaching, training, research, and extension. Her areas of interest are climate change and the livelihood of the farmers. She published her research work and articles in referred academic national and international journals. With this background, I would like to invite ma'am to the podium because we are already running late, ma'am. So welcome, ma'am. We are more than happy to listen to you. Stage is all yours. I think it will be a wonderful time hearing you, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Preeti. It's okay. That is a very quick presentation because natural farming is now a booming issue, and everywhere people are talking about natural farming, right? Many of us are like confusing that word natural farming with the organic farming and many other farming, many other indigenous farming in India we are practicing, right? So let us get some clarity about what is this natural farming is, whether we can go ahead with this natural farming or not. If we have to, then how we can proceed. Okay. So thank you for my introduction, and a very good evening to all. I'm Dr. Sridevi, working in Manage as a Managed Fellow. Let me begin with my presentation. And that is on natural farming, a way for sustainable future. I thank Just Agriculture for giving me this opportunity before begin with my presentation. And thank you, participant, joining me. Hope this will going to be a fruitful session for you people. So before starting with my actual presentation, we'll look into the session outline. What are all the things I'm going to cover? So
Ma'am, please keep it in slideshow mode.
Yeah, sure, Preeti. But I'm not sure whether is it moving now?
It did not move, ma'am.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe some issue is there.
This is fine now, ma'am. It is moving now, and it's slideshow mode.
I'll do again. Yeah, you see now?
Yeah, it's perfect, ma'am. It's perfect.
Okay, fine. So session outline, we will take a look into. The first one is why we need for this natural farming, and then farms of this Bharatiya Prakritika Krishi Paddhati. That is a Government of India scheme under which they are promoting this natural farming. And then what is this natural farming and the cultivation method, how they're proceeding with this natural farming and the definition of the things, and then 6 pillars of natural farming on which it is standing, and then natural farming methods, that practicing methods, and then we'll see this interesting nutritive cycle theory that farmers are practicing when they're adopting this natural farming, and then experiences of natural farming in the leading states of India. Promotion of natural farming, what are all our Government of India is doing, what are all the scheme it is promoting, and then benefits of natural farming, issues related to natural farming in the conclusion. Okay, then first thing, I would apologize. I don't know whether I'll justify this session or not because I was busy with some other work here that was really hectic. Somehow I pulled out my time and prepared these slides, and hope these will justify this presentation. First one, as I was mentioned in the session outline, a need for this natural farming. Why it is needed, we'll see. The thing is that we all know that India is an agrarian economy. Not only India, many or least developed countries are depending on agriculture as a means of livelihood, as a means of their GDP, right? So climate crisis is the thing what we are talking right now, and it is calling for cumulative action of the human race. So we recently had this COP meeting in Egypt, and we were discussing about this climate issue, right? How we can curb this climate change issues and how we can take a control over it. And however, you might know, and I don't need to explain about this. Agriculture is the one of the prime contributor of this greenhouse gas. That is one of the main, prime culprit of this climate change, right? And besides that, in India, our staple crops are this wheat and paddy. Paddy, especially when it comes to paddy, cultivation of the submerged paddy we are practicing, and the use of organic manure in puddled soil is enhancing the methane emission. So India, we can say in other words, it is not wrong at all. India is one of the major this methane emitting state, emitting country, we can say, and it is having a third position when it comes to the global scenario. And then the burning of crop residue. This is there in northern part of India. So burning of the crop residue is another issue, because they are having like hectares of lands, which is like full of paddy and wheat. It is not possible for them to cut and sell it, or the problem is where to dispose this residue. So what they are doing is they are just going for burning of the residues. And now we are talking about this carbon credit and all, and we are trying to take a control over this burning of crop residue, but it is not possible due to that. And Delhi is a capital of India, which is facing the issue of this pollution, right? So this is one of the prime contributor of this Delhi pollution, that is burning crop residue. And then besides that, the emission of carbon dioxide production in agriculture is mainly from the soil management practices such as tillage, and it is due to the process of nitrous tillage and the nitrous oxide to the nitrification and denitrification that happens when we apply the nitrogen fertilizer to soil. And we have already listed the causes here which are contributing to the climate change, and the climate change is calling for the cumulative action, as I already told. And agriculture is the one of the prime contributor which is contributing to the climate change. So is it possible to stop agriculture just to come out of this climate change? It is not possible. As long as the human race is there, agriculture is must, and we have to do it. Otherwise, no agriculture means no human race, for your kind information, because agriculture is the one which is feeding us. End of the day, whatever we are doing, it is for our stomach, right? If the stomach is not full, then it is not possible to do anything. And it is like we are having synergy here, and we cannot eliminate. Agriculture is there, again pollution is there, again climate change is there. So again, we are facing all these consequences at the same time. So what we can do is we can take a control. We cannot like completely come out of this issue, but we can eliminate to some extent. That could be done through this natural farming. So what is this natural farming and everything we'll study in detail. Before than that, India is known for its indigenous cultivation practices. Before this green revolution, we were practicing this indigenous cultivation only, and we were cultivating the crop without using any chemical residues, such as pesticide, fertilizers, other things, right? But however, after independence, India was like starving. That food crisis was there. That was a severe issue. And MS Swaminathan and their team thought of bringing hybrids and fertilizer chemicals to the India, especially that Ganges belt, wherever this river Ganga is flowing. And then after what happened, we became sustainable, and then we started using more and more pesticides, chemical fertilizer to grow more crop. And now we reach the era where we are self-sustainable, and we are exporting our commodity to other countries as well, right? But the thing is that when we take into the consideration of our land and the resources, day by day, they're all depleting. our lands are like, deteriorating, lands are day by day, soil quality is deteriorating, and in some places, so we are already hearing the complaints of ground level water has gone down, too down that where they cannot take out water anymore, right? Those lands are barren lands now. So only they can cultivate when rains are there. But since they have cultivated, they have used this irrigation for so long, and now that land is not suitable for cultivation at all. So, in Punjab area, if we are having global participant in northern part of, our India, there is a state called Punjab. In Punjab, we are having this cancer issue. So, people are having cancer. In every household, we are finding a person with a cancer. So it is all because, we are using so much of pesticide, chemicals and everything. We are eating the same in our food. And that is ultimately costing our health and, posing these sort of consequences as well. So that is the reason, intellectual thought of like getting back to again our indigenous cultivation practices. One such cultivation practice is natural farming that we will going to discuss in detail. So, but before than that, we'll see forms of Bharatiya Krishi Paddhati. So India is known for its indigenous knowledge, and we had like several types of cultivation methods before introduction of this green revolution. Okay, we'll see one by one. Green farm, this organic farming, that is called Jaivik Kheti. So we were aware of this organic farming, and we recently witnessed the incidents and the main disaster, what happened in Sri Lanka, right? And then in India, but however, we are performing okay. So Sikkim and Himachal Pradesh are two states where they are going for complete organic. And Sikkim is the one state in India that is completely organic. And, avoiding or largely excluding the synthetics in farming. So what is this organic means? They will do all the soil preparation practices, and they will use an irrigation as well. They will do everything, whatever it is required, except this chemical fertilizer, pesticide. Okay, so they will not going to use any synthetic chemicals or fertilizers for growing their crops. So that is that is organic farming. So however, right now we are having 1.6% area net cultivated area under organic farming, but by 2025 we are planning for 4% area. So, and for this under this, whatever the products we are cultivating, we are we are exporting those products. Usually in India, we are not going for any organic products apart from these people who are like very well aware of this health issues, or maybe they are health conscious, we can say. So those people are only affording this organic. Besides that, whatever we are cultivating, we are exporting that produce. And then natural farming. So natural farming. So this is, many people, they use this natural farming and this organic farming synonymously, but these two are not same. So here in natural farming, we are not disturbing the land at all. We are not disturbing the ecosystem at all. We are just broadcasting our seeds, and whatever nature is growing, we are harvesting and eating. Okay, but they are doing it systematically. So that is natural farming. They are using locally prepared cow-based products. That is called Bijamrut, Jivamrut, Ganjivamrut, etc. And then they are going for mulching as well, and then they are going for intercropping as well. So using these practices, they are adopting these practices. They are cultivating crops through this natural farming. So then this Jivamrut means they are adding this cow urine to the soil for the to ensure the high soil biological activity, and then they are also recycling the biomass in the natural farming. In detail, we're going to study about this natural farming. Before that, we are just studying indigenous Indian agricultural practices. So this one is biodynamics. Biodynamics in farming. That is just making life, giving compost from dead material. So whatever the dead leaf, whatever the dead material is there, we are just bringing all that dead material and we are just, putting that in a pit, and then we are covering it. After a few days, we are just opening the pit, and the same, the dead material, recycled material, we are broadcasting and using in our farm, and then we are growing our crops on it. So then we have another one, Rishi Krishi. Rishi Krishi means it was practiced during Veda, at the time of Vedas. So here, this is a very typical practice. I don't know anywhere in India now it is in practice. So here what they are doing is they are just extracting 15 kg of virgin rhizophoric soil from the banyan tree. Banyan tree means it's a people tree, right? Preeti can tell us better. So even I'm not well versed. People tree, right? That is called?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, people tree. And then what they're doing is they're mixing ghee, cow dung, honey, and water. And then bija samskarana. Pardon?
No, ma'am. Actually, little voice was unstable. That's why I just simply excused.
Okay,
I think it's fine now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So bija sanskar means they are treating that seed, and then they are applying that soil to again other lands, and then this padapa samskara means foliar spray. Again, they are spraying the same, whatever the this mixture they are preparing, the same mixture they are using as a foliar spray as well. Using this method, they are cultivating their crops. So that is under Krishi, in the Rishi Krishi. So then another method is Panchagavya. Panchagavya means it is using 5 products. They are preparing a mixture, and then they are using the same mixture for soil and the plant as a plant spray. And then after this, we have this Nashioko farming. So Nashioko farming, see, since this is a international training program, and we have like a participant across the world probably here. So it is not really like we are not well versed with this one, but here they have said that neighborhood resources enrichment by additive regeneration rather than through dependence on external commercial inputs. Means they are also not giving any external synthetic inputs to the farm. Instead, they're using whatever there in the soil, they are taking that out, and again they are like composting it, then giving it back, and then they are cultivating their crops under this Nashua farming. So if you need like a detailed explanation about, I'm not going to explain these things in detail because we are concentrating on natural farming. But these are the practices comes under that Bharatiya Krishi Paddhati that Government of India is promoting. So then Homa farming in nearby your fields, you might have seen people are doing Homa in the field, and they think that whatever the what do you say? They burn campers, they burn all sort of like oils, and then ghee. And then they think that purifies the atmosphere and that kills the microorganisms, and then as well as the insects in the field. And then they think that crop can go well. So this is under Homa farming. And these are the different, Bharatiya Krishi Paddhatis which are being practiced in our country. And then, we were one of these Krishi Paddhati, natural farming, we were talking, and natural farming we're going to see in detail now. So natural farming is a sustainable farming. Here farmers will make all their inputs using naturally available material. They will not going to use any synthetic material or any sort of thing, but they use all naturally available material to prepare their inputs. And the budget for preparing these input is very low. So it is, you can say it is low cost farming also. So this is like a urine based, like especially this cattle urine based farming system that does not involve any external chemicals, as I said, or organic fertilizers as well. So it is known by various names. Some people they call it like a zero budget natural farming. Some people they say prakritik krishi. That was organic farming was a jaivik krishi, but this one is a prakritik krishi. We are not disturbing ecosystem here. And then some people they call it as a cow based natural farming, and some people they call it as a shashwat keti. Okay, so it is long lasting. So nature will grow and nature will feed us. Some people they call it as chemical free agriculture, etc. These are the different names we use for natural farming. And then we have 6 pillars here. So what are the 6 pillars of natural farming on which this natural farming is depending? The first one is soil health. Using the right techniques, natural pest management, they are enhancing the soil health. Then gaushala. Gaushala means beyond the dairy, gobar, gomutra, and biogas they are using. And then beekeeping. Beekeeping means they are practicing this beekeeping in the field itself to enhance the pollination. And desi beej, it is indigenous seed. They are not using any hybrid seeds. They are using indigenous seeds. Then water conservation. Water conservation means they are going for mulching also here in natural farming, using the naturally available leaves, maybe tree leaves, or maybe like naturally available like grasses. Maybe they are planting sometimes grasses to conserve the water. And then food forest and increase the biodiversity. End of the day, their aim is to increase the biodiversity as well as provide the forest and bring down this climate change that we are urging right now. And then so we'll see the details of this practices of natural farming, what they are doing exactly. Is it feasible or not? Okay, because our farmers are like growing using a chemical fertilizer and pesticides. However, these people are telling we should not use any of those, right? So then how these people are managing, we'll see in detail. So first thing is no pesticide. Okay, they're not using any pesticide here. So because they think that pesticide will not only kill these harmful insects, but it will also kill beneficial insects like honeybees. Okay, that is much more required for pollination. Instead, what they are doing is they are using light traps or alcohol, aroma, that is we call them as pheromone traps, and then poisonous plants, and then the plants the predator plants. Some plants they feed on live insects. When insects will fly and sit on that plant, means that will just kill that plant and absorb all the thing, whatever the water content is there inside that particular insect. So fourth, these are the techniques they are using for controlling the pest. And here farmers are certified by the government as low or zero pesticide. So government of India having their own agencies, and government of India is certifying it is a low or zero pesticide farm, like that. Okay, so then what next they are doing? No herbicide. Okay, nowadays because of this manual labor issue, so people are going for herbicide, spraying of herbicide. These people think that herbicide not only kill this actual our weed, but it also affects on the other plants. Other plant means crop plants. Okay, so that's why they are saying no to herbicide also. But instead, what they are doing is they're going for natural farming, or orchards are green with the grass growing between the fruit trees. These people instead they are planting the weeds, beneficial weeds. You might have heard grasses, different grasses, guinea grass, all sort of grass, maybe like that wild horse amaranthus or something like that. That could be used as a feed for our cattle, which are used in natural farming. They are planting they are sowing this wild seed. They are sowing the beneficial weeds in between the plant rows, so that they are useful. It is a win-win situation. Along with our crop, they are also growing, and then they are harvesting that for for the sake of feed to our cattle, and they are harvesting crop for themselves. So this is another win-win situation, and they are not spraying any sort of herbicide here. And then no tillage. No tillage means they are not they're not going for plowing the field. They are not using any machineries. They are not bringing any machineries. They are not changing the soil texture. They are not preparing the land. They are doing nothing. Instead, what they are doing, they are just adding the earthworms to the soil. So they have mentioned here, machine can plow only 20 centimeter at best, but whereas the earthworm will dig for 7 meters. So they are just they are using earthworms to till the soil, but they are not going for any manual tillage. And the excretion of earthworm turn into the best soil, as we know. And earthworm will just rotate the soil, and it will help soil to regenerate as well. So because they are doing this no tillage, they are adopting no tillage concept also, and then no chemical fertilizers. So they are not using any chemical fertilizers. Instead, they are going for naturally available, like animal bones powder. Plant needs nutrients, right? When it is not a fertilizer, then somehow they have to fulfill the need of this plant nutrients. For that sake, what they are doing is they are using fish amino acid that provides nitrogen, eggshells that gives calcium, animal bones, they are the rich source of phosphoric acid. So they are just broadcasting. Sometimes they are just giving near the plants, so plants are absorbing as and when it is required. So natural farming inputs are cost effective, as I already told. It is also called cheap farming method. Okay, so here farmer is not investing much. And then no pollution. So all the excreta, whatever generated by this cow or cattle, so they are using it in the farm, and they are giving it to the farm. And the integration of livestock in the farming system plays an important role in natural farming, and helps restoring the ecosystem. There, as I already told, in natural farming, they are not disturbing ecosystem. Instead, they are growing their crops in the natural setup. So natural farming animal houses do not emit any wastewater. So, and then besides, there is no need of installing expensive treatment machine also, because whatever this cow dung, whatever will be there, they are actually they are having this not a cement floor, but instead they are preparing their floor, this floor for these animals using rice straw, sawdust, and fresh soil. So whenever this cow dung falls on the floor, it will start, automatically it will start decomposing, and then it will become a soil later. And the same thing, they are just taking it out, and then again they are broadcasting that in their farmlands. And rest of the urine and other things they are using for this Jeevamrut, as well as Ganjeevamrut, I said, and then Bijamrut for treating the seeds. Then inputs are all made by the farmers. They are not buying any. So if at all they want to buy also, they're all cost effective, and they are all cheap. So, this is a nutritive cycle theory that farmer is like adopting in natural farming. So this theory tells us, like when plants and livestock are young, it needs nitrogen to grow, and then at the state of at the stage of adolescence, it needs phosphoric acid, and then for maturity, it requires calcium. So accordingly, farmer is, I told already that eggshells and bone powder, and then fish meal, they're using as a fertilizer. So farmer has to apply these nutrients precisely according to the cycle to get the good crop. So natural farming is very elaborate, complicated, and precise method that denies spray and forget kind of approach. Spray and forget means, so in synthetic farming, we can say, like in conventional farming, We go whenever we think like, okay, pests are there in the field, means we are going and spraying, we are coming back. And we are not thinking much. We are thinking that chemical will take care of the pest, right? So whenever plant need nitrogen, we are just going and applying the fertilizer. We think that, okay, it is done. But here, even plants also need care. Okay, it is a complicated, as they have mentioned, it is a very complicated and precise method. It denies spray and forget kind of approach, but it requires, kind of like all the time human and plant interaction. It calls for. And then, components of natural farming, as I already told you. So, Bijamrut, Jivamrut, these things like, cattle urine and cow dung, they're using extensively in the natural farming. Bijamrut means they are treating seeds using cow dung and urine as well as lime powder formulation. And then Jivamrut means the process of enhancing the fertility of the soil using cow urine and dung again. Okay. So then for this Vapasa means the process involving cultivating the process involving activating the earthworm. As I said, like, they are using earthworms and they are just bringing earthworms and just mixing with the soil. Earthworm is taking care of this tillage process. And then mulching means, as I already explained about this, they are covering the soil whenever it is not required, using this trees, crop biomasses to conserve the soil moisture. In that way, they're not they're not exploiting this groundwater level also. Then plant protection, for that also, again, they are using biological concoctions which prevents pest disease and wood problems and protect the plant and improve their soil fertility. Besides this, in in some countries, they're going for indigenous microorganisms. Indigenous microorganisms are living for years, and these people are just harvesting those indigenous microorganisms, and then after harvesting, they are bringing and mixing with the soil for the better crop health and to improve the soil condition. Besides earthworm, they're having long-lived indigenous microorganism that is known for those local people, and they are bringing them and mixing with the soil wherever they are going for natural farming. And then fermented plant juice. This is one more thing they are doing. So fermented plant juice means whatever they are having, maybe the plant of this sugar cane, and then sprouts and baby fruits which have fallen on the grounds. They are full of high concentrate. They are high hormone. They are full of high hormone concentration and full-grown fruits, flowers abundant in honey. So what they are doing, they are bringing and then they are mixing. Then after mixing, they are preparing the spray. They are also mixing in soil for the better growth of the crop. And then for the cattle, as I already told, they are cultivating their own weeds, wild weeds in the farm. It is a win-win situation for both the farmer as well as for their cattle. They are not growing any extra cattle feed, or else they are not buying also. They are preparing their own feed at home, and then they are harvesting this cattle foliage from the field, and then they are feeding it. And they're not giving any antibiotics or hormones to stimulate this artificial insemination. They're not doing anything. Everything is natural here, I can say. And these are some of the experiences. If you want to know, you might have heard Gujarat Governor Acharya Devrat. Many of you might have heard, those who are from northern belt. We had one session with Sir. He joined personally and he explained about this natural farming. They're having farms in Kurukshetra, and then he's having farms in Gujarat also. He is extensively practicing this natural farming. And then he is a mentor for this Himachal Pradesh also, where they are planning for this natural farming. So in Andhra Pradesh, this Raitu Sandhikarana Samstha is the one which was initiated in 2015 with 900 community resource person who had expertise in natural farming. Now, that number has grown to 18,000, and they are known as a best practitioner of natural farming, and they are involved in disseminating the information on natural farming, and they are guiding farmers to practice this particular farming method. And then, as I already said, Acharya Devrat is a governor of Gujarat. He is extensively, practicing this natural farming, and he is a one successful farmer who knows the success of this natural farming. Okay, so then this person, what he did is 4 mega farmer sensitization program they conducted. They organized for 6 days. And then, a farmer experience led to development of local crop-wise package of practices. In that, in that program, they have developed the package of practices for this natural farming method. So again, they are thinking of one day workshop for 10,000 farmer they conducted in the year 2019, and the training program for more than 21,000 master trainers also. So they are involved in, disseminating the information on natural farming, and they are successful natural farming practitioners. And then promotion of natural farming in India, we are promoting under different schemes. One is Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana. So another one is Bharatiya Prakritik Krishi Paddhati that I was talking earlier. And then third one is Namami Gange. And then the fourth one is large area certification. So Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana, launched in the year 2015 and 16, whereas this Bharatiya Krishi Paddhati was launched in 2019 and 20. So Namami Gange is launched for the areas where areas which are there on the bank of this Ganga river. And the large area certification means where this area, large contiguous areas under the traditional organic farming system with no synthetic input are getting the certification. So in Nicobar, they have certified 14,450, almost 14,500 hectare area, and in Lakshadweep they have certified 2,700 hectare area, and in Ladakh it is 5,000 hectare area. So under these different schemes in India, we are promoting this natural farming. And then what are the benefits of natural farming that I already explained you. So cost of cultivation is really low, and then reduce water requirement for crops, climate change resilient, and reduces risk in farming. This is the main reason why we need to adopt right now this natural farming. And then rejuvenation of farmlands. So we have to heal our farmlands, because continuous application of this chemical fertilizer and pesticide already deteriorating the land quality, and we need to heal our lands. So that is the reason we need to adopt this natural farming. Besides that, safe and healthy food for citizens, and utilizing the available cattle and as a valuable resources, because in India we worship this cattle because all parts of cattle is all parts of cattle could be utilized in one or the other way. That's why we treat it with a dignity, and we treat this one as a goddess. So utilizing the available cattle as a valuable resource. And besides that, and as well as one more thing I'd like to say, India in the world, India is known for cattle population, as we all know. So buffalo and cattle are our just like a human population, we will find our cattle population. So that is the one more reason why we need to go for natural farming. Besides that, helps in arresting growing needs for fertilizer and reduce the subsidy burden on government. That is one more issue on time, availability of this inputs. If it is not available, then we'll start blaming government, and that is a thing what government wants to cut down. And then, we study the benefits and other things, but some things are there. Maybe you people are also thinking after seeing the incident in Sri Lanka, and then the Sikkim, a few months back, a few journals reported productivity has been declined. Productivity of the land is declined, and besides that, even the productivity of that crop also declined. So those states are facing the issues. Here, for instance, I can quote that Sikkim is India's first organic state, has seen some decline in the yields following conservation to following conversion to organic farming. Then many farmers have reverted to conventional farming again because of this declining yield, and after returns to drop after seeing the decline in yield after few years of practicing this organic farming, and then unable to boost productivity and income. Some papers some people, they say that this productivity will not be declined, and will heal the soils, but it has definitely helped to preserve the soil fertility, and it's boosting the productivity in farmers' income, but it has not been scientifically proven so far. And the lack of availability of natural inputs. We are saying cattle and all, but nowadays nobody is ready to take care of our cattle because of smell. Many of us, you people might be studying agriculture, but might be having an urban background. When we ask you to go into the field, you people will not go without sleepers. I can say, including I myself, right? So when it starts smelling, we'll say like, you just think of like farmers there, they are just living with the cattle and they're providing us all the milk and other things. So, but when they come in bus and they sit next to us, we'll just close our nose just because he's smelling the cattle. But here again, under schemes, investing crores of rupees, we are promoting the same farming, right? So, but sometimes due to these issues, farmers also wise. Now they don't want any cattle at home. So if that is the case, how they will go to? As I said, the Jivamrit, Ganjivamrit, everything has to be prepared out of this cattle urine and cattle, this, cow dung, right? If they're not having cattle, then it is very difficult for them to get inputs. And then not every farmer has a time and patience as well as labor to develop all their own inputs, and it is not available in the market also. Standardized inputs are not available in the market. And nutrient deficiency, some people, they said that it is healing soil in other way. In other studies witnessed that, they reported that soil nutrients are more in the soils where the conventional farming being practiced, whereas it is less in the less in this natural farming. Okay, so yet some speculations are there, but still we are trying to promote this natural farming. So nationally and internationally, natural farming is considered a form of regenerating agriculture and a prominent strategy to save the planet. And besides this, natural farming is aimed at promoting traditional indigenous practice, which reduces externally purchased inputs, and it saves the soils and it heals the soils, right? But besides that, we have seen some problems also. So if you people ask my opinion on this natural farming, we can practice natural farming, but we cannot go for the entire field what we are cultivating. But we can adopt this one. We can heal this year, maybe for 2 years or 3 years in this particular, in one part of my field I can practice this natural farming, and in other part I can go for conventional, and again to heal that particular damaged soil, I can practice again natural farming in the conventional agriculture where I have been practiced, and then I can shift again. So switching could help us, and it will definitely help us to bring down this climate change as well. Climate change, why this climate change is happening, many are unaware, right? This is my personal experience again. You might have watched that 10,000 BC movie, right? And the Ice Age you might have seen, right? Climate is changing. It changes. It gradually changes. But now it is the way it was changing. It was gradual, but it become like a little fast now. Just because of our anthropogenic activities, what we are practicing, and all these things are contributing. So that's why we have to take care of our nature as well, and our food system and our ecosystem as well. With this, I'd like to conclude my presentation. And again, I took 5 more minutes. Sorry for that. Thank you, Preeti, again for giving me this opportunity. And Utkarsha, she's not here probably. And I convey my thanks to that girl also. She did a wonderful, coordination, background work. She was in touch with all of us. So thank you very much again, and participant, for your patient listening. So if you have any queries, quick queries, I'll take up. Again, I'm telling you, I'm not an expert. I'm not personally practicing this one. Only expert can, explain your queries better and answer your queries better, but I'll try my best.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Utkarsha ma'am is also there. She's also listening to you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Definitely the session was wonderful, ma'am. Very well explained, and you discussed everything like merits, demerits, procedures, everything. Presentation was absolute and justifying whatever you wanted to convey, and that too justifying in 40 minutes, ma'am. So it was wonderful. I hope our participants would also agree with me on this. So thank you for your valuable efforts. And I think, ma'am, 2-3 questions I can see in the chat box. So quickly we'll go through, ma'am.
Sure.
So, ma'am, first question is, do you think there should be a separate category for organic products as well as natural farming products?
See, recently they have conducted one workshop, okay, in Manage only, Manage Hyderabad, that is National Institute of, many of you don't know what is Manage. Manage means the National Institute of Agriculture Extension Management. It is located in Hyderabad. It is a ministry wing. Here we conducted one workshop, okay, a national level workshop. They were telling us that, they asked us to survey. Okay, they asked us to conduct a survey on this particular issue. So we are working on it. We can tell you the answer only when we conduct and when we finish with the survey, when we get the result. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So the next question is, will this technique be able to compete with the conventional farming, ma'am? Like, because we have a large population.
No. I'm telling you, see, before independence, we were practicing. It is my personal opinion again. So expert opinion may vary. They may say like, no, we may get more yield than this. No, they argue. Okay, this is my personal opinion. Why I'm telling you this? Before independence, we were practicing this indigenous, agriculture practices only. However, we couldn't able to feed 57 crore of population that was at the time of independence, right? So that is the reason India went for green revolution. It imported hybrid seeds and then went for conventional farming. However, we are self-sufficient. Still, when you see the global hunger index, India is still, there in 103 or somewhere 104 position,
Yes.
right? So conventional farming is something that which is feeding human race. We cannot compare this one with conventional farming. However, it is very much important to heal the nature as well. Otherwise, what nature is giving, it will take it back if we don't heal, right? We have to wake up, take a call on it. Natural farming is very much important, but part of our farm we can practice for a year or two. Then once we think we feel that okay, that soil is healed, then we can go with the conventional farming again. This is my personal opinion again on it.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, last question for the session is, madam, what is the role of biochar in natural farming?
Yeah, biochar is a complex. This one again, you say it's a sort of like a coal thing. Because when I was working on this carbon predator, we were thinking of this biochar as well. But it has to develop in a closed atmosphere. Then we have to give that as an input. Since these people are not going for tillage and ploughing of the field and other things, at max you can just broadcast in the field, you can see the result. So you can broadcast and later you broadcast your seed. If your seed is coming well, then you can go ahead with broadcasting more and more. Otherwise, because we are not touching, we are not disturbing our nature. So that's why I can even I'm not practicing personally, so only expert can take a call on it. I can say that much. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, last question. Actually, it's a kind of interesting question. In a 1 line or 2 lines, you can definitely explain between organic and natural farming, ma'am.
Yeah, again, see, organic farming, we are not using any synthetic chemicals and fertilizers, right? It is a sort of like a natural farming, but we are going with tillage, isn't it? So we are going with this what do you say, rhizobium and all, we are extremely applying, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Rhizobium
ma'am.
we are using,
Yeah.
we are going with the tillage, we are irrigating, right?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
those practice we are doing. But in natural farming, we are not disturbing ecosystem. That means we artificially we are not giving anything. We are just giving what nature has given us.
Okay.
Okay, so it is
Okay.
just we are not going for ploughing, we are not tilling. Okay, we are not adding any external except this what do you say earthworm, and then some for in a forest you will find those microorganisms. Except those, we are not adding any external things. So rhizobium could be added when you till, right? But we are not tilling here. So this is the difference. Yeah.
Okay, very well said, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you once again on the behalf of my participants and Just Agriculture team. We thank you once again. It was wonderful and worth listening to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity and patient listening. I hope justified my session.
Yes,
see you again in some more programs. Yeah,
yes,
thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Bye, ma'am. So, dear participants, for the next session, we have with us Dr. Pushpendra P. Singh. Before starting Sir's session, I would like to briefly introduce him to you. Sir is an experimental physicist with a passion for instrumentation and devices. His research focuses on nuclear reactions, instrumentation for rare decay studies, and cyber physical systems for agriculture and the environment. He is the principal investigator and project director of a technology innovation hub, Agriculture and Water Technology Development Hub, established at the Indian Institute of Technology, Ropar, by the Ministry of Sciences and Technology, Government of India, in the framework of National Mission on Interdisciplinary Cyber Physical Systems. In the profession of scientific research, he received Professor C.V.K. Bawa National Award for his PhD thesis in the year 2008 from the Indian Physics Association IPA, and contributed to more than 100 high-ranking international scientific and technical publications. He is an INFN International Fellow at the laboratory in Italy. Before moving to India, he served GSI, Center for Heavy Iron Research, GmbH, Germany, as visiting scientist, where he has been associated with calorimeter, a kind of calorimeter LYCCA, and advanced gamma tracking array, as a technical coordinator for multi-branch signal processing through digital electronics. He joined the Indian Institute of Technology, Ropar, in 2013. He is a member of NU-STAR collaboration for the facility for anti-proton and ion research in Germany, and collaboration with the scientists from JINR Dubna in Russia, and in Germany as well, in USA and University of Hyogo, Japan as well. He is the founding director of IIT Ropar Technology and Innovation Foundation, a Section A8 company established at the Indian Institute of Technology, Ropar, to lead activities related to the sustainable and profitable agriculture. Presently, he is also serving at IIT Ropar as Associate Dean of R&D. With this background, I would like to invite Sir to the podium. Welcome, sir. We are more than happy to listen to you. I, on the behalf of Team Just Agriculture and our participants, I welcome you. Please, sir, continue, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Okay, so thank you, Utkars, and Just Agriculture for having me for this particular interaction. I'm not sure what kind of audience we have here. The kind of discussion that I will lead in this short presentation, you asked me to make it around 30 to 45 minutes, right?
Yes, sir.
So I will allow questions anytime. So you can ask, or anybody can ask me in between also. Usually what happens is that we are academicians, and academicians are sometimes known for getting lost when they talk about something. So you can stop me and you can ask me to answer a particular question. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So with this, I think what I will do is I will share my slides with you. And when you see it, you let me know. Okay. So can you see this?
Yes, sir. Presentation is visible, sir.
Okay. Okay. So as you see, in my title, I'm saying that role of ABAD. ABAD is the Agriculture and Water Technology Development Hub that you just introduced briefly in R&D for meeting national challenges in the domain of agriculture and water. So this is the title that I kept. And then I kept a subtitle or a statement which reads that for all of us, it's time to rethink about our relationship with food, making it smarter, healthier, and more sustainable for the world. So with this, I think when I discussed with you, you told me that the audience will be good with any of the language, English or Hindi. So whenever there is something coming from audience, I will be happy to answer also in Hindi. So before we move, I want to share with you that where we are as an institute. I think many of you, because I see that there are 200 plus people sitting in this seminar, they do not know where IIT Ropar is. So IIT Ropar is very close to Chandigarh, only 40 kilometers away from Chandigarh in Punjab. The place is called Ropar, okay? And that is why the Indian Institute of Technology is named after the city where it is situated. We are a 580 acre of campus, very close to Satluj River in Punjab. So this is the location on the map of India. Okay. Then I kept other things that how far different locations are. For example, Amritsar is only 180 kilometers from us, and Simla is 130. So this is just to give an impression to all of you who are sitting here where we are located. Okay. And when we talk about where we are located, we know that we are very close to Ludhiana, very close to Chandigarh, Bakra Dam, and so on. And this is where the IIT Ropar is, to give you an impression about where Ropar is. Now, let me briefly begin with, when we talk about challenges, challenges in the agriculture. And why are we talking about agriculture so much these days? Okay. It's important that we understand how we reached where we are today. So when we talk about how we reached where we are today, we have to go back to the point where Green Revolution started. And you know that Green Revolution started in India in 1965. And the person who was the flag bearer of the Green Revolution is Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. And that time, the vision of the Green Revolution was that we will create environmentally sustainable agriculture, sustainable food security, and preservation of biodiversity. So basically, we will grow more for everybody, but at the same time, we will respect or we will not compromise with the biodiversity. And that is why this particular, phrase came up, and they were calling it Evergreen Revolution. Now, what happened then in between? I want to share with all of you, this is probably right to set the tone, and then you can ask me questions if you feel here and there. By 1970, in just 5 years of time, Punjab alone started producing 70% of country's total grain. Now, if this is happening, there must be some input to it. And then there must be some aspirations to this particular achievement. So all other states in the country try to achieve what Punjab has achieved in just 5 years of time. And how did we achieve this? We achieved this by using fertilizer and pesticides. As a result, we polluted the waterways. There has been death of beneficial insects in the fields. Soil and water got contaminated. And this became a practice to grow more than 3 crops on a farm. And when you grow more crops on a farm, you rapidly deplete the nutrients of the earth. That means on the soil. Not only in the soil, there have been rampant irrigation practices that degraded the groundwater quality, the soil quality. And when this has happened, there has been, presence of hazardous substances in the soil and water. And when you have all this ultimately go to the entire food chain. So as a result, we have numerous health issues today in the country or also globally. This is one of the pictures that I always like to share when I discuss about agriculture. The first picture is basically more political in some sense, but it is also a reality. Then you see a lot of other pictures here in which you see that there is a discharge which is water-like, but this discharge is being, sent to the farms. People are using this water to grow vegetables, particularly those who are living in Delhi and other places. They are eating vegetables which are grown in this kind of water. The cattle is being fed this water. The fishes are there. The point I'm trying to make here is that we contaminated the soil and water both in the progress that we have made since 1965 in the country. Now, what is the genesis and why this is important to talk about agriculture today or in the time to come? It's important that we talk about agriculture. You know that by 2050, the bird population will be 10 billion. Now, if you have the population 10 billion, how are you going to feed this population? You need 70% more food to be produced. But one important aspect here is that 30% food that we produce globally is wasted. That is equal to 25% of the fresh water. So if you can save the food that you are wasting here, you don't need to produce what you need to produce by 2050. So two important aspects that are coming out from this particular discussion are that we need to produce more food, but at the same time, we need to learn the techniques to save the food that is being wasted globally. Agriculture we are discussing because it's an important issue. It's an important issue because in a country like India, more than 80% people are directly dependent on agriculture. And if you look at the India's GDP, which is coming from agriculture, it is close to 23%, right? And if you look at the other number, which is like how urban and rural population will fare in 2040, you will have more urban population than the rural population. So these two aspects are not just because we will be living more in cities, but this is also because of the fact that we will reduce the agricultural land in the time to come. So if you will reduce the agricultural land in the time to come, we will have deficit. We will have deficit of food. Even today, if you look at the numbers, by 2030, India will suffer a shortfall of nearly 42 million tons of fruits and vegetables unless there are significant changes in the focus area of the industry. So these are the big issues that we have to address in the time to come. So to address these issues, Government of India has introduced a national mission on interdisciplinary cyber-physical systems. Now, I want to very quickly explain you what I mean by cyber-physical systems. So as you know, the information today flow faster than ever. Like I'm able to talk to you and you are able to listen me, though I'm sitting probably quite far from you. And this has happened because of the cyber physical systems. You have seen the examples like Arogya Setu. You have seen examples like Google Classroom, FASTag, or different things. So this is all happening because we have the cyber physical systems in place now, and we are able to use them. But if you look at the developed countries, things and people are much more connected than they are connected in India. But by 2030, almost everything in India will also be connected with the intelligent systems which are able to take decisions efficiently. And these intelligent systems, in the language of technology, are called cyber physical systems. Okay. Now, those who are coming from engineering background, or let's say from cultural engineers, they probably would like to know that from where this particular name came, the cyber physical system. The cyber physical system name is nothing but it's a name that is coined as a part of teleautomation that has been started by Nikola Tesla, and then so on and so forth. It has continued to cybernetics, Apollo guidance mission, and so on. Today, we call it cyber physical system, which has been given by Dr. D. Helen Gill, happened to be an Indian, leading the NSF Directorate for Computer and Information Science and Engineering. So this is in the name. Now, I want to also share with you that why we feel that country today has huge responsibility. Ministry of Science and Technology has 2 years back has supported us with 110 crore rupees. And that time, Minister of Education has lauded our efforts and said that IIT Ropar will come up with the technologies which can help in the stubble management, water quality improvement, and mapping of hazardous substances. So we feel that this is a big responsibility and we understand the responsibility. So we are working on different products, devices. Now, this particular discussion that we are holding today, it will probably help you to connect with us and probably help you to understand what else can be done in the domain of agriculture and water. Now, I want to set the context here that by 2030, if you want to see, nearly all Indian villages will be connected with paved roads. I'm not reading the entire text for you here, but you see all of India will have a reliable electricity supply. Internet will be cheap and universal. The 6G technology, today we are talking about 4G and 5G, 6G technology will be there. And AI will be near intelligence, similar to human. Today, if you look at the people who has mobile phones are close to 77 to 80%. 2030, people will be smartphone 90%. So my point here is why I'm showing you this slide, that there is a lot that can be done in the agriculture technology using these 6-7 points that I try to explain you, that what we can do with the internet and mobile. Can we have some system which can help farmers of this country? Okay. Now, I want to also explain you that what are the things that we are doing. For example, at IIT Ropar, we are building technology for water and soil quality assessment processes, water treatment and management. We are working on agri-residue management and urban farming. Urban farming means the farming that can be done without soil. The water soil mapping of hazardous substances, agriculture automation and information system means what you call precision agriculture, right? So these are the areas which we are addressing directly at IIT Ropar, and we are developing hardware and the technology which can be deployed directly in the fields for the benefit of the farmers. Okay. Now, what are the different verticals in which we are working? We are working on new farming systems, which includes indoor and vertical farms, precision agriculture, data capturing devices or decision support software, big data or farm automation. We are working on midstream technologies, which means that we are talking about food safety, traceability technology. Means if you are moving food from one point to other, can you trace it? Can you understand if the food is coming, is it really organic or is it really natural? See the discussion that we were having some 20 minutes back. We today, all the people who talk about organic and natural farming, they are also being tricked by some businessmen here and there. So can we have the right kind of traceability technology? Agribusiness marketplace. So why I said that computer and internet and the mobile phones are important, because you can build, if you are students and if you are technocrats, if you are running a startup, you can build the platforms which can help farmers to sell products directly to the consumer. And that can come in the agriculture marketplace. Now, when we talk about bioenergy and biomaterials, this is another aspect which is connected from the food preservation to the recycling of the food or the recycling of the organic, substances which are coming as a waste from the agriculture. So there can be a lot of things that can be done, and I will be very happy to respond to your specific questions. The other things that can be done and people are doing around, particularly this is targeted to the students and industry. When we talk about agriculture residue management, there can be integrated stubble management systems. There can be commercial application of agriculture residues. That means stubble that is coming out or anything, or modular system for urban farming. You can have the precision agriculture and automation, where artificial intelligence and machine learning can help farmers to take intelligent or autonomous decisions. There can be approach to make food more reliable. There can be consumer-oriented food dietary preference, or there can be supply chain improvement in this area. We can adopt the technologies in the farm of future. So the farms that are going to be in 10 or 15 years from now, they will be full of technology. One thing that we often ignore is the contamination in the soil and water, because the contamination in the soil and water, whether it is chemical contamination or it is the contamination of heavy metals, it is contamination of radioisotopes, this contamination, which is coming from the quality of water or the kind of fertilizer that we use, this contamination is reaching to the food chain completely. So how to address this? This can also be an area where startups or technocrats would like to work. Water treatment and management, even though we have huge amount of water on the planet, but the water that you can drink is not enough. So we need to understand and we need to work on recycling or upcycling of the water. There are possible technologies where you can improve the quality of water. Now, what I would like to share with you is that we at IIT Ropar have developed some products which can be used directly by the farmers or by the agriculture industry. Some of these devices I can just quickly share with you that there is a device called Ambitech. Now, what does this device do? This device can be used to record the temperature in the real time. So when we were talking about 30% food waste, you know that in India, the food waste most of the time happens because of the temperature. And sometimes the temperature is compromised when you are transporting the meat or you are transporting the perishable food. So such a device can help you to understand if the temperature is compromised or not. We have developed, and I'm talking to this audience particularly for a reason, that we have developed state-of-the-art laboratories for IoT and cyber physical system design, assembly, and testing. So any one of you who is interested to develop IoT devices and cyber physical system devices, you can approach us and we will help you in R&D. We'll help you to develop prototypes and to develop these devices for agriculture community. We have a technology business incubator, which help agriculture startups to grow, and to have the startups, we give the support, and the kind of support we give, it is actually very decent as compared to a lot of TVIs that are running in the country. We have a lot of technology that has developed in-house in last 2 years. For example, we have nanobubble generator. And what are these nanobubble generators? These nanobubble generators are able to recharge the water with 400% oxygen. This means that in the fishery sector, in the aqua farming, or in the water, improving the quality of the water, or in the milk industry, you can use these nanobubbles so that you can keep the quality of the substance that are used for agriculture community better. We are also building seed to kitchen farmer consumer network system. Is being tested presently. Now, one thing that I also want to share with you, that if you look at the fish market in the country, by 2026, the quantum of fish market in the country will grow to 2,250 billion rupees. Now, the question here is, are we ready for such a rise? Are we ready for the aqua farming? Now, if you look at the aerators which are being built or being sold by different countries in India, they are very expensive and they are not actually very good. If you look at seriously, we do not have the aerators with ammonia sensor or with the temperature sensor or automatic control system. We do not have these things. Now, this kind of systems can be built so that the pond can be aerated in the real time. At IIT Ropar, we have built this kind of aeration systems, which are in the production now. And these aeration systems are powered by solar cells. They have got an ammonia sensor, temperature sensor. And on your mobile phone, the way I was explaining you, that the context of this particular cyber physical system mission, that if you have a mobile phone, which is very powerful, can you use the mobile phone to control this device or operate this device? Or can you start and stop the device or increase the speed? Or can you know that what is the oxygen level in my fish pond today? Everything you can know on a mobile device. So these are the places where you can have great startup. Why I thought that you should look at it, that the market is huge, 2,250 billion by 2026. And the entire fish market is not very regulated or it's not very supported presently. Now, there are other products. For example, we have developed for automation. Since I come from R&D organization and an academic institute, so I'm sharing this with you. And if any one of you is interested, we will be happy to support your R&D as well. We have built the cattle management system, which turns the cattle tracking data into actionable insight. So you can just use this, and there are many such devices available in the market, but look at their cost. They're too high. Our farmers cannot afford this kind of cost. So we have built MooSense 1.0, and this is a device which can actually go to the farmers and they can know quite everything about their cattle. So if one more thing that should be learned when we talk about the agriculture today, we often miss one point, that what is happening with the biodiversity. And this was one of the aspects when India started Green Revolution. One of the aspects was that we will be respecting the biodiversity. But today, if you look at the data of 2009 to 2019, the overall decline, the average decline is 41% in the insect species in our fields, which means that the time is not very far when we have to talk about artificial pollination, because pollination is a process that you need in the farms. If all these insects are of two kinds, one who are farmer's friend and the other are not. But when we spray insecticides, we do not do it selectively. We do not know which insects are useful and which insects are not. So we throw insecticides for everything, and therefore we kill them. Now question is, how can we save them? So with Syngenta Global, we have built a device which monitors the insect activity in the real time on the field, analyze the data, tells the farmer if these insects are useful or friend of farm or enemies of farm. By understanding their behavior, the device is able to communicate to the farmers that this is the time that you can use insecticides when the insects species are multiplying, which are not useful for agriculture. And I would like to share with you that this device has been presented in World Biodiversity Forum in Switzerland, and the device is recognized by different organizations, and this is the first device which has capability to analyze and build this kind of data set in the world. And therefore this is going to be an open source device which can help farmers for the advisory. This is the device that I wanted to show you for the MooSense 1.0 for the cows, and this device has been built in the collaboration with NAVAD and Gadwasu at IIT Ropar. Now this device is also going to be very helpful for the farmers, in which they can get the data about their cattle. The this particular device uses a technology which communicate with BLE gateway. And when you talk about BLE gateway, the range is 1 kilometer. So power consumption of the device is very low. Now, we are supporting startups at IIT Ropar, and we'll be very happy to have any communication related to a startup you want to. Just want to share with you that one of our startup has recently been featured in Shark Tank, and this is working on nature. The air purification system, which is going very high in cost also, they are selling it, and this uses nature to purify the air, which has also been supported by France. My point here is that there are possibilities where we can build things which can support nature. There are the possibilities that we can talk about sustainable living and sustainable agriculture. We have to build the technology which is right for the agriculture. These are some of the, I thought of showing you that we are very open to collaborate in the sense to support any industry, any startup or any TVI in the country, in any of the area, which is in food processing, in the rural development, fishery, skill development, or food and public distribution, fertilizer industry, electronic and IT, atomic energy. And we do a lot of support for different institutions in the country, where we provide them possibility to implement artificial intelligence and machine learning, the cyber physical systems in the domain of agriculture. Now, what is the impact that we envisage? In 2 minutes, I will end this. That impact that we envisage as a result of our efforts, that water conservation will be a thing that people will start talking. Okay. And the other impact that you will get is biotechnology will produce tastier, more nutritious, and eco-friendly crops. Farms and farmers will be connected as a result of cyber physical system hub, where digitized and autonomous farming can be done. Farmer consumer intimacy will improve, and this is the value for both. So with this, I think we should also focus, and we feel that the quality of the food and the diversity of the crops that we grow and the sustainability is a thing that we all should consider. One thing that is equally important is that food should replace scientifically the medicine that we eat, because we become what we eat. So if we have right kind of food habits that are technically justified, this will improve a lot. So with this, I thank you once again for listening, and I will be very happy to take your questions and respond to your questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. It was a wonderful presentation, sir. On the behalf of Team Just Agree and our participants, I thank you once again. Thank you for giving a way to think in CPS, that cyber physical systems. All our participants must have learned through this, sir. So participants can unmute themselves and ask their queries, or definitely they can put their questions in the chat box, sir. We have given the permission, sir.
Yeah, please.
Yes, sir. So before somebody asks, I have one question to ask, sir.
Oh, please, please.
Is there any chance of getting the data breach or something like that, sir? Because
data breach in cyber physical system, you mean?
Yeah, so means ultimately we are providing some data. What I can take from this, there are so many type of crimes in these kind of things are also happening, sir.
See, the point is, if you look at quite everything, even today, the mobile phones that we are using or the discussions that we are happening right now, this data is also being recorded somewhere, right?
Yeah.
You are recording, I am recording. Now, this is not only you and me, but this is also recorded somewhere in the servers of Zoom.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Now, what Zoom will do with this data, we do not know, right? And your mobile and my mobile has close to 7-8 sensors. And they keep on recording data all the time, right? Now, we do not know how this data is being used. Now, coming to the point, the data in agriculture. For example, in the time to come, we like it or we dislike it, a lot of things will go in the data. For example, today, data is also very important to understand, because today, if we know the data of last 5 years or 10 years about the requirement of the food in different states, tomorrow we can plan what are the things that we have to grow, right? So we can plan our agriculture on the basis of the data that we have. But data breach and theft, data is now money. So people will, of course, try to steal. But there should be enough protocols. For example, you have money, I have money in my bank, but it happens very rarely that somebody is trying to steal your money, and there are procedures in it. So the technology that we are developing in the country or anywhere else in the world, quite everybody is working on the technologies also which do not allow the data breach. But there will be, I agree with you, that there will be always data breach there. Like we have money breach today. Some people, if you go around and if you do not safely keep it, they'll try to steal it. So data will be, tomorrow, there will be a lot of data. See, our voice data is there. Today we talk to Alexa, today we talk to Siri, today we talk to Google. Everywhere our data, the voice data is being recorded. And accordingly, on the basis of this data, the Siri, Google or Alexa, they are getting more and more intelligent. Today they can understand us better as compared to 5 years back. So data is there, and the breach will be there. But we have to make the technology which do not allow the breach.
Yes, sir. So another question is coming to my mind. It's like, sir, how much time do you think it will take to completely digitize everything for agriculture? Like, sir, we already crossed some, our population around 8 million we crossed, I think just 10-15 days before. So means, and to compete with the poverty and the unemployment that is happening in the country, do you think how much time we can spend, how much time we have to digitize everything? And
just a second, I raise my hand so that my light get on.
Yes, sir.
So see, I have a sensor in my room, and if I sit idle, it closes the light.
Okay.
So the point is that digitization For example, I have a sensor in my room, and it's a digitization to save the power.
Yes,
If I
sir.
go from the room, from my office, the light will automatically switch off. Now, digitization, not just because we want digitization for the requirement. For example, in agriculture, we need a lot of digitization, and it's happening also time to time. One example that I want to give you is, we talk about drone technology today. And I want to place this on record, and for everybody who's sitting here, that if drone technology can be successful in any field in India-like country, it is agriculture. Because agriculture fields can be utilized. But when you say that I am a small farmer, I have land which is less than 1 acre, we do not need a lot of technology. But we need technology for the bigger farms. So there is a very difficult scenario that I can tell a precise date or precise year by which digitization will happen. But I can assure you one thing, that many states in South India and Maharashtra, the state as a Punjab, Haryana, Jammu Kashmir, and Himachal. These are the states which are going towards a lot of digital agriculture. And then it will ultimately, the way Green Revolution, started from Punjab, and then it is spread everywhere. Now today, you go to mountains, Himachal or Uttaranchal, they also use a lot of fertilizers. 10, 20 years back, this was not the scene. So when people, and when some states will start digital agriculture or the digitization in agriculture, other states will also catch up. So hopefully, what we think, for the bigger farms, digitization in Punjab is already there. But in the smaller farms, I believe 10 to 15 years should not be the time, even less than that. A lot of digitization will happen. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Any other participant, if want to ask something, they can definitely unmute themselves and ask.
There is a question from Jagannathan. And he asked a question, is IoT analysis used only for domestic cattle movement alone or wild animals? So, Jagannathan, if you understand this particular aspect, I would like to share with you that you can only measure or you can understand the behavior of an animal which you understand. For example, if you hear my voice many a time, and even if you meet me after 5 years, and you do not see my face, I'm speaking on the other side, you can recognize that this is me. So this is how the AI, artificial intelligence-based algorithms are trained. If you have the data of the wild animals, how they behave, how many times they jump in a day, what is their eating pattern, then we can also track using IoT. But what are the things that can be done using IoT? For example, imaging. If you install a camera, like if you watch the Net Geo Wild or National Geographic, if you install the camera, these are the all IoT devices. We know the behavior of these animals. If you install, let's say, a device on their ear or on their feet or on their neck, you can track the location, you can track their activity. But to make the actionable insights, let's say to learn about their behavior, you should have the data about their behavior. So yes, IoT can do it, but it will take time to learn from the behavior of the wild animals to tell you what precisely is happening there. This is not the case of the domestic animals. For example, cow. There are a lot of models available for cow. There are a lot of models available for buffaloes. So it's very easy there to fit in the algorithms which can help you. Now, there is another question. If Jagannathan, if it is clear, of course, you can track a lot of data. But Jagannathan, if this is not clear, you let me know. The next question that I'm getting here is, that is from Lingraj Sujjan. He asked, when could we expect 100% precision agriculture in most of the state? Now, this is a very difficult question to answer. If you ask me, I don't want 100% precision agriculture. So first of all, precision agriculture is basically nothing but you can call it controlled agriculture. Small farmers who are running less than 1 acre of farm, they do not need precision agriculture. For example, I want to give you an example. For example, heat detection in the cow. Now this livestock management device that I showed you, we have developed it for bigger farmers. If you look at my grandfather or my own family, the cows or buffaloes used to be a part of the family. So just by looking at their face, or we had direct intimacy or connection with them, we knew that they are sick, or we knew that they are on heat, or we knew that they are sad. But this is not the case for the bigger farmers. If you have 300 cows, how will you personally know every cow? It is not possible. So when we talk about precision or digital agriculture, we want digital agriculture for the bigger farmers. For example, 500 cow or 200 cows. When you have 1 cow, you don't need to deploy the digital agriculture. You don't want that this should be done. So 100% may not be. But, and the time, as I think I tried to answer this question when Utkarsh asked me this, that it's difficult to give a timeline because it depends on the recipients, how they want to react on the digital agriculture. But 10 to 15 years you can consider to reach to 50% digitization in the agriculture domain.
Yes, sir.
I'm
so,
not sure. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
I was just to Lingraj Sajjan, I was saying that I'm not sure if you are hearing. If you are hearing, and if you want to make it two-way, you can say something if you like, or thanks. Yeah.
I think, sir, if he is there, he can definitely unmute. But
yeah, he said thank you.
Okay.
So
okay.
Thanks, Lingraj. That is good. If there are more questions, I will be happy to answer. But I also want to say that let me write here my email ID so that in case there are questions or anything that you would like to ask, or if you are running a startup and if you want support, any kind of support, which means R&D support or the financial support or the support to go into the market or acceleration support, you can write an email to this email ID. I won't mind giving my phone number. My phone number is here in the chatbot. So you can copy my phone number and the email ID. It is always nice if you write me an email and I will be able to respond to you in the real time. But sometime if you want to write also on WhatsApp, this is the number. Now, there is a question from somebody, iPhone to me. Okay. Okay, I think, can I send to everybody? I guess I sent to only one person. Everybody in the meeting now I did. So I'm sorry, I was thinking that I'm sending to everybody, but I send only to one person. So this is my number and this is my email ID that I'm sending now. So you can copy this and you can keep it with you. And somebody who's logged in as iPhone, thank you very much. And you are asking here, okay, I would like to start up and agree. So how can you help me? Now, if you want to have a startup and agree, you can send your pitch deck or your idea. Stay assured that we will help you. So use this email ID that I sent you, awadh@iitrpr.ac.in. My phone number is 8283834321. I am professor here at IIT Roper. I will be very happy to support in whatever way we can. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. We are more than happy and grateful to you, sir, to have a session like this. Thank you
pleasure.
so much once again on the behalf of Team Just Agree and our participants. Definitely, sir, we enjoyed, and in a span of like 40 minutes, you could able to think about these kind of things, which usually we won't take. So these kind of sessions definitely can take for 2, 3, more than 3, 4 hours. But definitely, you could make us really thinkable about this. So thank you once again, sir. So
It's
because
my
of
pleasure.
time constraint, we could only take this much of questions. Now,
No,
if
no.
some more questions, yes, sir. So thank you so much, sir, once again.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Bye-bye.
So, dear participants, I would like to end up the session here. We'll have a break of approximately 5-10 minutes. Himani ma'am will take over the session, the last session of the day at 6:35 or 6:35, and new link will be provided in your WhatsApp groups. So, thank you for your patience listening.